Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Eliali in this incarnation. I am here today to talk about the astrological sky, and this last square of Mars in Leo and Uranus in Taurus was something truly felt. I've been having problems with technology these days, and also there were manifestations on Earth in different countries. So many of us, we felt the transit in a very physical way. Mars already entered in Virgo, and while it is moving, this tension, it is going to be undone. So I have talked a lot in this of this in videos of the last week. The moon has just entered in Aries because it had been transiting Pisces, um, which could bring a lot of sensitivity, permeability to the external energies. And well, today the moon in Cancer made this contact with Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Neptune is perfecting also the square with Jupiter in Cancer, something that we have never transited before. As I said on Sunday, this is an aspect that continues to be active. This is not something of today or this week. It is about all of this month, the whole June, and also July, part of July. And this implies to be able to make the difference between paths that possess a true purpose from other experiences that have more to do with an idealization or situations that we aren't seeing clearly. There could be information or aspects that we are not perceiving with precision. So this requires to listen to ourselves in a very intuitive way in order to know where to move forward, because with the Aryan energy there could be this tendency to take impulsive decisions that later with Saturn could have their consequences. And no matter which is the manifestation, we can always take those consequences as a learning. So tomorrow these tensions are going to be reinforced because of the solstice of summer for the north hemisphere, and here we have winter. We start winter, so the sun enters Cancer, and it is going to make this conjunction with Jupiter. This is about a new expansive beginnings of a lot of growth, but they come with these challenges, in this phase. And the challenges are implied a lot in this greater connection with ourselves, with our intuition, in learning to listen to ourselves when something is off, even if we don't have this rational certainty. That is very important, and it is a process of developing to enable this connection. Which is not the same as fear and negative expectations of a situation, because there could be the mind operating from a judgment, a preconcept. I don't know if I'm inventing that word. I mean, from experiences that we have transited. So Mars in Virgo could be a great contribution to this tension with Jupiter, Neptune, and Saturn. Saturn is there already. Is there yet, because Mars in Virgo, it is linked with analyzing things in order to make a decision, observing how we are going to make a project work. What do we need in order to make that project work? It is the dedicated action to create it, but in its other polarity could be over analyzing as a way of controlling situations, taking ourselves to the point of draining, energetical drain. It is a Mars that has difficulties to assume risks, decisions that open the way for the new without a planification, or having to open that the path won't always fit in that planification, because no matter how we are interpreting the facts, the things that we are transiting, what occurs has a purpose. It is just that we don't always reveal it until we don't move forward. We don't always access to that discovering in the present moment. So I think that a Mars in Virgo will give a lot of balance to the Cancerian energy that we are going to have, because Cancer, it is about this emotional depth, wanting to be protected, emotional security, and nourishing experiences. And also, could be manifested as this resistance to move from the egg, move out from the egg, wanting to stay in the familiar, because even if that is not bringing growth, because at least it is a known space. So this protection of Cancer in an extreme could manifest as a closure to the different, to the new, an attachment to what was once, or an attachment to the things that we have transited once, for fear of repeating those experiences again. So this extreme sensitivity and emotions that are emerging could create distorted perceptions of life that prevent us from making movements of true advancement. So Mars in Virgo connecting with Jupiter and the Sun, creating sextiles that those will be perfected, moving to the next week, could be, activating this part of ourselves, the inner authority, because Saturn is also there, participating. And it is this voice that says, okay, it is totally fine giving a space to validate what happens to us, our past, the emotions that we are experimenting, but it is also important to separate the processes. Separating is the function of Virgo. And later, to take care of what we need to take care, step by step, without acceleration. But we cannot leave order aside. As much as chaos is part of universe, because chaos is also part of an order. So the great qualities of the earth signs, it is that when our emotions, uncomfortable emotions that are super necessary and valid to experiment, not only to transit them, to clean ourselves internally, or to realize which things we really need to correct, because correcting is also part of the energy of Virgo. The best way to come back to ourselves when there is emotional chaos is precisely descending to earth, taking care of the things in this plane, and making order, organization, approaching our daily tasks, and the things that are actually constructing, building our purposes. Because there are emotional processes that we need to learn to put a boundary, especially when they are fed by conditionings, and basically they are not allowing us to function. So it is very important to find a balance between these things. But if there are people that have been very, very resistant to deal with those inner processes, and they have made shelter in their works, in material aspects, solely, I don't know if I'm inventing that word, only, then they have to do the opposite task, which is learning to to get into their emotions and transiting whatever thing they have to feel. So I am going to end this video here. Thank you, everyone, and sorry again for my English. Ciao, ciao.